Aslan Karatsev, the man who just 4 months ago was completely under the radar and now is worldly recognized as one of the best players in the world. The question is, how can this be possible with a 27-year-old player? Where has he been playing all this time? And how is it possible to make such a big step in your career in just months? And that's what we're gonna talk about today, as we're gonna see one of the most amazing tennis stories probably in the history of the game. Before starting the video, let me remind you that you can subscribe to the channel for more great tennis content like this. Only the 2% of my audience is subscribed to the channel. Come on man, don't be part of that 98%. You're not average. You're part of the top 2%. And you know that. Let's start by saying that Karatsev's journey to the ATP has not been easy at all. For a long time, Karatsev has been one of the many challenger players whose economic position has not been good at all. And this plays a major part not only in Karatsev's career, also in the majority of challenger level players and of course ITF players. So, Karatsev's career began in 2009, where he played his first match at the main draw of an ITF tournament. And just imagine the difficulty of reaching the ATP, that it wasn't until 2013 when Karatsev established himself as a challenger player. In September of that year, Karatsev received a wildcard to play the main draw of an ATP tournament in St. Petersburg. Unfortunately, Karatsev lost against Mikhail Yuzny in the opening round. But just 1 month later, he was able to pass the qualifying draw and put his name again in a main draw of an ATP tournament, but again, he wasn't able to win that first match. And that loss seemed to be a step back in his confidence, as he started struggling in challenger events, even having to go back to ITF tournaments, where his results weren't that good either. How can such a good player losing the opening round at an ITF tournament? Obviously, I have not seen these matches, but I think the answer is confidence and belief. Losing his first 2 ATP matches probably made Karatsev doubt himself a lot more, and also have in mind that a win at ATP level not obviously gives you confidence in your game, but also a very good prize money. A prize money that probably Karatsev pressured himself too much for. In 2015, Karatsev played the qualifying draw for all the 4 Grand Slams, but wasn't able to pass any of them, even losing to Dustin Brown at Wimbledon, who would after beat Nadal that same tournament. But it was a very positive year for Karatsev, who won his first challenger event at Kazan and got his first tour level win, beating Mikhail Yuzny at Moscow. But when you would think he wasn't that far from being an ATP player, not only came 1 year of struggle, not 2, not 3, but 4 years of struggle, even dropping to the 700th place in the rankings at the end of 2017. But in 2019 came a big change for the career of Karatsev, and that was the addition of his coach Yahor Yatzik, as Karatsev describes him as the perfect fit for him. And the good results with Yatzik would come quickly, as Karatsev passed from playing ITF tournaments in 2019 to being one of the best challenger level players in 2020, reaching the final of Prague, beating many ATP players on the way, and losing against Stan Wawrinka in a tough match would probably give him a lot of confidence and belief in himself, as he then won 2 consecutive challenger events and reached the 3rd round of the qualifying draw at Roland Garros, where he lost against Sebastian Korda, who then reached the 4th round of the main draw. 2 months later, Karatsev would have another 2-level win at Sofia, and a 2nd round match where he went toe-to-toe with Alex de Minaur. And after the best months of his career, Karatsev ended the year ranked as 112, just a step away from being a regular ATP player. But in 2021, not only was he gonna become a regular ATP player, but Karatsev in only months would become one of the best players in the world. His breakthrough, as you all may know, was at the Australian Open, where he would reach the semi-finals beating players like Schwartzman, Aliassime or Dimitrov. The first player ever to reach the semi-finals in his Grand Slam debut. Because yes, it was his Grand Slam debut, as he came through the qualifying draw for the first time in his career. This run by Karatsev is one of the most mind-blowing achievements in recent years. Nobody could believe that a qualifier, a player who had not been seen at ATP events, could reach the final 4 of a Grand Slam. Nobody except me who predicted he was going to be the surprise of the tournament. And one of the most mind-blowing facts about this run is that Karatsev made more prize prize money in those 2 weeks at the Australian Open than in his whole 12-year career. Something absolutely mind-blowing. But Karatsev was not only gonna be a one-tournament wonder, he has now established himself as one of the best players in the world, winning the ATP 500 of Dubai or reaching the Belgrade final beating Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals. His aggressive and courageous game is a real threat for anyone. He has one of the cleanest and most powerful backhands in the tour. Old matches from him, but I'm 100% sure he was not near as confident as he is today in himself. Today, no matter who is on the other side of the court, you can see Karatsev believes he's gonna win, and actually does it the majority of times. And number 2, you have to surround yourself with the right people. People who know how to exploit your full potential. And that is what his coach did. As soon as he arrived, the results started coming. Not a coincidence. It's just a wonderful story what this man is achieving this year, because it's a shame the number of players that don't reach the tour and keep fighting at challenger tournaments but don't make enough money for a good and comfortable living. Just think about it, Karatsev made more money in one tournament than in his whole career. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, what do you think about Karatsev? What kind of career do you think he will have from now on? I honestly believe he has top 10 potential. He doesn't have any points to defend this year. So let's see, who knows? If this man can pass from being 112 in the world to end the year playing the Nito ATP finals. Nothing else can surprise you with this man. So leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel for more great tennis content like this, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Congratulations, Aslan, your first ATP Tour title. Can you explain what your emotions are at the moment?
Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm super happy. It was a tight match, so I'm happy that I won. So.